Hello and welcome to this first replay cast from the Fort of the Samurai Summer Championship hosted by TsR Atlantis. This is a matchup from round one, a best of 5 between Killerfisch in the orange banners and VeniVidiVici. We are here on rice fields with a farmhouse, an archery dojo, and a shrine. Before we get into the armies, just a few things about this tournament. So it's a double elimination tournament, just like the vanilla cup that is currently going on, and I think there's about 12 players in it roughly, and all of them pretty good. I'm also playing in this tournament. However, my journey starts in the lower bracket because due to a hospital visit, I wasn't able to play round one within the deadline. Yeah, so I'm also in this tournament, but you'll probably see me at only at a later point when the lower bracket starts. So yeah, this is from round one of the upper bracket. I don't know who picked this map, to be honest, but it shouldn't matter. Ricefield's obviously a very tricky map for the Samurai. Doesn't allow you to do lots of mistakes. Yeah, but anyway, let's go over the armies. We have 2 Yariki rank 2 on the left side for Killerfisch. 2 more Yariki rank 2 on the right side, coupled with a hidden revolver cavalry. He has an Armstrong gun with accuracy upgrades, very interesting. And his general is a full gun general with gun bate. Line-wise, he has a Red Bear, a Royal Marine, another Red Bear, a Black Bear, rank 9 extended range, and 2 more Red Bears on the right. So a very expensive army. It looks to be much smaller than VeniVidiVici's. And I already see a TsR being played here, which is quite common. They're quite good in these little rice patches in the center. So a TsR rank 975 range for VeniVidiVici, supported by 2 Red Bear and the White Bear on the right flank. He also has 2 Yariki, however only rank 1 on the right. In the center he has 2 more White Bear, 1 US Marine on the left, and 2 Red Bear. Also 2 more Yari Cav rank 1. Interesting that he opts to go for rank 1. You don't see it very often. Usually players take either vanilla or rank 2. Yeah, but let's see how he manages to utilize this TsR rifleman. Killerfisch is getting dangerously close here. He has to be careful. Let's see if Killerfisch can get a shot off. I think so. Very good, very good. This was a bit careless from VeniVidiVici. And let's see what Killerfisch's artillery is targeting. 16 kills. Looks like he was trying to shoot the US Marines, but he only killed some White Bears and some Cav. Interesting. So Killerfisch keeps trying to focus this TsR rifleman, and for some reason it works. Like this is, I mean, this is game 1. Maybe he isn't fully warmed up, but this isn't a good micro of the TsR rifleman. And now his Killerfisch's Royal Marines are in position as well, but he doesn't push them far enough to get some volleys on the Red Bears. In the back we see some Cav engagement. I think this is in favor of VeniVidiVici because Killerfisch's Cav is very far away from his main force, which usually means trouble with morale. However, the level 2 upgrades make themselves noticed against the level 1 Cav. Good charge as well into VeniVidici's general, which is, I forgot to mention, a mix between leadership and gun. Yeah, so surprisingly, this calf fight went quite well for Killerfisch, which I didn't expect. Now we see some good targeting from the Armstrong guns against the US Marines. Very nice accuracy, I have to say. These Armstrong guns might actually pay for themselves in the end. But still, Killerfisch has to be careful because his army is just so very small. And he could get easily baited here. This red bear already turned around. Killerfisch sees it. Makes a retreat. But still, he has 3 cav behind VeniVidiVici, so he's a constant threat, meaning that he has to zoom out much more just to keep an overview over what's happening. Good usage as well from Killerfisch's extended range general, kiting this white bear infantry. And yeah, there's very little initiative now for VeniVidiVici, even though he does have this TsR, which he should be using to harass this Royal Marine. One shot is all he got. Good reaction from Killerfisch, pulling his Marines back right in time. And he doesn't need to hurry because these US Marines are getting obliterated by the Armstrong guns. Maybe he should put them a little bit more to the left so that Killerfisch's artillery has to shoot through the forest. But this might be just a bit too late for it now. Nice catch from VeniVidiVici against Killerfisch's general. That's a problem when you have a kiting general. Sometimes you forget about it for 1 second and then your general is dead. Not sure about this calf fight from Killerfisch because VeniVidiVici can just turn around his infantry, which he's doing now a bit too late. But Killerfisch's Yariki is already routed. This is not worth it at all. He didn't even get a proper charge. It's like his Yariki walked into this red bear. Yeah, I think this is 2 full calf units that he loses basically without any return. And now the only calf that he has left is a revolver, which could prove quite useful against this TsR rifleman if he gets close to it. But there's just so much damage being dealt now against this US Marine. Multiple units focus firing. And this general from Killerfisch is going to get caught. And yeah, at this point, Killerfisch concedes the battle. Very impressed by the efficiency of the artillery, but in the end, the army was just too small, and I think the cav engagements were taken a bit too early from Killerfisch. Overall, I think in theory it could have worked, but it probably would have required a much more solid micro, which you only get when you play lots of Shogun, which I'm not sure he does at the moment. But yeah, interesting to see artillery. It's always nice to see something different. And yeah, 137 kills, very good, obviously. But yeah, you can see the Yariki with the kills that they got, that they weren't used super efficiently. And the TsR riflemen, I mean, even though they got caught, I think twice, still they're so strong in dealing damage even at half strength. That yeah, they can still take apart your Marines. So yeah, interesting game. Interesting that they played on rice fields, a map that you don't see often on Fall of the Samurai. But yeah, this means that VeniVidiVici goes up 1-0, and after a quick break, I'll be casting the other games as well. So see you then. Bye bye. And we're back on game 2 on Lowlands this time, with a workshop on Killerfish's side, an archery dojo on VeniVidiVici's side, and a sword dojo on the hilltop. We see quite a balanced build from Killerfish with only 2 line infantry, 2 red bears. Then we have 2 Shogitai covered by spear levy on his left. On his right we have 2 more spear levy and a Yarikachi rank 3. Cav-wise he has, as always, 4 Yariki, a revolver cav on the right, and 2 saber cav on the far left, going for a flanking maneuver. His general, let's see, his general is full Bushido. And yeah, so obviously with a build like this, a lot of it will come down to the correct timing of the engagement, as this is quite a difficult build to play, but still can be very strong. So for VeniVidiVici, we see Black Bear coupled with 3 White Bear on the right, covered melee-wise with a Katana Kachi. Then in the center he has a Red Bear covered by a Black Bear, and on the right he has, or on his left he has 2 Red Bear covered by 2 Yariki and a Saber Cav. His general is a mix between gun and leadership. And we have 2 more Yariki and a Saber Cav on his right, having been hidden in this forest patch, going for Killerfish's flanking Saber Cav, which is unfortunately quite slow. So even though Killerfish probably noticed it at this point, there's really nothing he can do about it. 1 full Saber Cav routing, the other one already on red morale, even though they have lost only 1 man. So this could be quite a catastrophic catch from VeniVidiVici. Killerfish is going to lose this other Saber Cav as well. And being this close to the red line, there's really no chance of them coming back. So this is a huge blunder early in the game, and the problem is an army like this from Killerfish doesn't permit you to do too many mistakes. So now he just has to go in frontally, hoping that VeniVidiVici does some mistakes of his own in the process of retreating. Some good fire from Killerfish's Red Bear on VeniVidiVici's Red Bear, providing cover for his Yarikachi to push on. This flanking Red Bear could be a threat. Let's see if the Spear Levy can get there soon enough. Change of direction from Killerfish. Looks like he wants to kill these 2 Red Bears on the flank first. But some weird maneuvers from the Yarikachi. I think they stopped before they actually changed course. So this is probably not a bad decision to try to kill off these 2 Red Bears, even though they can still do lots of damage. In the center we see a nice counter from VeniVidiVici, basically negating these Shogitai, buying his line infantry lots of time to retreat and kite. Now Killerfish's Yariki are catching VeniVidiVici's general. I think he should be able to get away, especially with this Black Bear turning around, even though they're bugging a bit. But yeah, this looks to be the case of just Killerfish not having enough. Shogitai getting caught only on 10 kills by getting swarmed by 3 Cav units. This supporting Revolver Cav is going to do lots of damage, but VeniVidiVici is going to shoot it at point blank range with his White Bear, and at this point Killerfish concedes the game. I think he just recognized that he didn't have enough left. Yeah, I think it was a good idea, especially with the 2 flanking Saber Cavs in the back, but it's just the problem with Saber Cavs that they're so damn slow that you can't really afford to even ride by any Yariki, because if they decide to chase you, they will catch you. So it's a very risky maneuver. But still, I think on lowlands you can pull off rushes quite well. So it's not the theory of what he tried to do that didn't work. It was just that the execution wasn't quite there. He's probably still a bit rusty. But yeah, also well played by VeniVidiVici. Nice use of these katana kachi to block the shogitai. And other than that, he didn't have to do much. I think that one calf ambush won him the game early on. But still, overall, this army from VeniVidiVici is actually quite vulnerable to rush builds. I mean, his entire right flank consisted of 3 white bears and 1 black bear, who are super weak in melee. So yeah, that's maybe something to keep in mind for the future in this tournament for whoever's playing against VeniVidiVici. That this is definitely a vulnerability in this build. But yeah, nothing more to say about this one. I think it was a nice try, but in the end, VeniVidiVici held strong and is now in the lead 2-0. And given that this is a best of 5, means there will be at least one more game. So I'll hop straight into game 3. I'll see you then. Bye bye. And we're back on game 3 on Saga River. A very nice map for the Samurai, a very big map where you can utilize lots of space to do different things. You can camp here, you can rush here, you can play mixed builds, you can basically do anything here, which is very interesting usually, or it makes for interesting games usually. So let's go over the builds real quick, or the dojos first. So we have a farmhouse on the left, a shrine in the middle, and a workshop on the right. I think the shrine will be the most important ones for both players. Killerfisch plays with a Bushido general, very interesting. VeniVidiVici sticks with a mix between leadership and gun. Again, 2 Yari Calf, and then a Piri Guard Calf, rank 9, very interesting on the right for Killerfisch. On the left he has 2 Yariki and a Saber Calf. Going for this forest patch next to the shrine, we see 2 red bears, and in the right forest patch we see a US Marine and the Vermilion Bird Force. 2 more red bears on the right. Interesting that he puts his Vermilion Bird Force next to his US Marine, because these are both aura units. So it would probably be more logical to split them up, to have 1 aura unit on one flank and 1 on the other, because aura doesn't stack in Shogun, so it's a bit of a it's not a huge blunder, but you're basically paying for the aura, so you might as well utilize it to boost other units who don't have it. There's also Spearlarry here, going a bit too far, taking some pop shots or receiving some pop shots from VeniVidiVici's Red Bear. VeniVidiVici also has he has 2 Marines, very interesting, United States and Royal Marine, coupled with some Red Bears, and his right flank consists of 3 White Bears and Red Bear, lots of infantry, and I think this gives Killerfisch the opportunity to flank around with his Gaff, which he's done in both battles so far with only moderate success, I'd have to say. But it's definitely something he should do here. There's really no other way to play it against these many line units. But VeniVidiVici is playing surprisingly passive here, given that he does have the infantry range and number advantage. And I don't agree with the positioning of this Royal Marine. Taking a 150 unit and putting it behind the shrine, where I don't think they can properly shoot through. But yeah, as the time passes and VeniVidiVici doesn't push or engage with his infantry, Killerfisch can basically position his calf in the back the way he likes it. making proper use of his Imperial Guard craft extended range as well, kiting against this red bear. And let's see. It looks like VeniVidiVici is getting caught completely off guard. 2 Yarikav and his general getting charged in the back. General almost dying, down to 10 men. And but this is interesting. Killerfish's Cav losing slightly in combat even though he got the full charge, which I guess was absorbed by the general, but still. Oh, and now the general is dead. I think from a stray bullet, because it was still alive at 10 men. Interesting. And it wasn't killed by Cav. Huh. So a bit of a lucky punch here from Killerfish. And nice back charge against the red bear. And yeah, while all this is happening, I mean, these are all very good engagements for Killerfish. He can just afford to pull back from the left. He doesn't need to take any engagements where he is at risk of losing. He just has to make sure that it's an ordered retreat and he doesn't get charged in the back here. He needs to turn this red bear around. A very nice micro. He should be able to get a volley, especially against the Yarikav that is slowed by the water. This is going to be very cost efficient for Killerfish. Spear Levy supporting as well, very nice. And one more red bear firing into it. This is, yeah, so far, this is a very wasteful cavalry micro from VeniVidiVici. And this rank 9 Imperial Guard Cav still at full strength, already at 80 kills. Killerfish can basically just start playing with his units, harassing these regular line infantries and pulling back, retreating from these 2 marines in the center. So there's one more full Saber Cav in the back, one more full Yariki, 2 more full Yariki, and this Imperial Guard Cav. So very difficult game now for VeniVidiVici. There's really no proper angle of attack anymore. He's just too immobile without cavalry. And he doesn't really want to go up this hill either with his marine. Slight micro mistake by Killerfish, but it shouldn't be too dramatic. Workshop in control of VeniVidiVici, as well as the shrine. Farmhouse controlled by nobody. So this shrine really is the lifeline for VeniVidiVici, given that the general has died. White bears with 11 morale. They should be able to withstand a lot. But still, so far, he can't really do anything but take it from this Imperial Guard Cav. There's nothing he can do, really. I don't know who is the attacker, but Killerfish shouldn't have a problem attacking with his Cav. Even if he's even if he would be the defender, technically. I mean, this is still a dangerous line infantry threat. So you don't want Killerfish to fully commit here and give him any chance of a comeback. But in theory, I think this should be Killerfish's game. He just has to make sure that he doesn't give any openings to these marine units. Nice pullback here. VeniVidiVici tried to bait the volley from the White Bear and followed up by the Royal Marines. And now he's picking apart the flanking units one by one. Nice return volley on the Imperial Guard Cav, but this Red Bear is going to die to Killerfish. This still hurt a lot, I have to say. Already on 200 kills, but 60 ammunition. I mean, they can basically fire the entire game. This calf from Killerfish might have gone in a bit early, because these two red bears are not yet in position to fire at the Royal Marines. But this is now a really tricky angle. He has to basically go down here, down this river, in order to not receive any fire from Killerfish's Marines. And at the same time, some nice back charges, good targeting on the US Marines from Killerfish's Yariki. I think VeniVidiVici is just a bit overwhelmed now, having to defend against the calf on his back. But still, with the shrine support and the +3 morale it gives, his units can still deal lots of damage. Killerfish General now going in. Since it's a Bushido General, this might actually work quite well against the White Bear. I just think he has to pull out quickly again, because these Royal Marines are targeting Killerfish's Gen. But now these Marines are just getting obliterated. Nice focus fire. Red Bear US Marine focusing this Royal Marine. And he's basically hugging this shrine now. And there's no more room for him to retreat. So yeah, I think this is a game over. VeniVidiVici not conceding early, giving his last stand. But this was very nicely played from Killerfish. And also very unfortunate for VeniVidiVici that his general died at 10 men. But sometimes it happens. But I think if he had actually reacted to the calf, to Killerfish's calf in his back, he could have actually won that calf fight and saved his general. So it was a very risky maneuver from Killerfish, gambling that he wouldn't notice. Still, I mean, those numbers are not bad for the Marines. But yeah, his best calf is on 37 kills. That's basically nothing. And he only had 4, which is a very low number for Fall of the Samurai. So yeah, very interesting game, which means that the score is 2-1, and VeniVidiVici's lead has been reduced to 1. So there will be at least one more game. Yeah, I think I'll just hop straight into the next game. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. And welcome back to Game 4 between Killerfish and VeniVidiVici. We are here on Tranquil Streams, a map that I don't like at all, because it's it's basically a full choke point map. But yeah, we see an archery dojo, a workshop, and a sword dojo on the right. Looks like Killerfish is going to get the sword dojo uncontested. And he has cavalry capture since he has a Bushido gen. And then we see a full rush, which I like, because I just hate playing infantry on this map. So he has 2 Shogitai covered by a Spear Levy on the left, 1 more Shogitai on the right, a Yarikachi rank 3, and his only infantry unit is a White Bear rank 2 with reload upgrades. I think once again he has 4 Yariki and 2 Saber Cav with a revolver. I think he got actually chased away a little bit by VeniVidiVici's 2 Yariki and a revolver, so he doesn't have the sword dojo yet. And I would recommend that he actually waits with his rush until he has it. He's now reinforcing his right with his Yariki so that he can actually win this fight, which I think is a good decision. Yeah, VeniVidiVici going forward with his infantry, which is also I think, really good, taking up space so that he has more space in the end to run back to, because this is a very tight and small map. So you want lots of space in the back for you to be able to kite against the rush. So taking up lots of space in the early game is probably a good idea. So he has 2 red bear on the left, covered by white bear in the marine. In the center he has a red bear, and on the right you see 2 white bears and a red bear. So he loves bear infantry. Takes lots of them every game. With 2 Yariki rank 1, a Sabercav, and the aforementioned 2 Yariki and Revolver Cav on the left. A very cagey setup. He's probably a bit intimidated by all these Shogitai. But now Killerfisch has the Sword Dojo, so his rush can begin. And yeah, you should be able to get some good volleys here. However, only killing the spear levy, I think these Shogitai will be able to get through. I think these Yariki need to be going in now, just to disturb this white bear, shooting the Shogitai from behind. At the same time, Cav engagement in VeniVidiVici's back. This does not look too good for Killerfisch. I think some of his charges got blocked. So a lot will depend on this Revolver Cav. Will it fire? It will, but nice micro from VeniVidiVici, turning around this white bear and focus firing this Revolver Cav. And yeah. Again, an early concede. Unfortunate. I really wanted to see whether these Shogitai could have gotten through. Yeah, but that happens sometimes. When you think you screwed up a fight, you're sometimes a bit demoralized to continue. But yeah, this makes the score 3-1 to VeniVidiVici, who moves on to round 2 of the tournament, and Killerfisch moves down to the lower bracket. Let's have a look at these stats. Yeah, they didn't have a lot of time to to rack up any kills, but I think these Shogitai actually managed to get in quite well. Didn't take a lot of damage before getting enemy contact, which is what you want from Shogitai. But yeah, the mismanagement from the Cav on the back was what broke his neck, and very nice management from VeniVidiVici. As I said, taking up space early, and then turning around his white bear to shoot at the Revolver Cav. Yeah, so there's not too much more to say. I like rushing on this map. I think it was a good idea from Killerfisch. But again, he just needed a bit more micro when it comes to the Cav management. But yeah, congrats to VeniVidiVici, and thank you for watching. Very soon I'll upload some more matches, both from the vanilla Avatar tournament and from this FOTS Samurai Championship. So yeah, you can get excited about that. I definitely am. So thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.